Constellation, are you there? Hello, again. Hello, again. I would enjoy knowing something I did confused their uptight view of the multiverse. An interesting conclusion to jump to. I really hope so. Oh, right. No, this is how it works. Trust me. I've tried this a bunch of ways. Fine. Someone will. That's what I'm saying. If you want to hold on to living life your own way, then stay away from the do-gooders. We were discussing the artifact hunt. But really, we were talking about you. Maybe you'll glimpse the unity yet. I'm trying to be reasonable here. Keep collecting the artifacts. We'll meet again. Oh, please. You don't want to end up like your friend, do you? You mean yet? Go through the Unity 1,000 times and you'll gain a better perspective. No, that's not any more true than it was a minute ago. And for our part, we wait to kill them until we get there. I mean, maybe the emissary will kill us instead, but I like our odds. Spare us your lecturing, as if you have all of this figured out. We both know you don't. And you might not understand why, but I want you to succeed. You've never gotten this far before. I need to see what happens to you. You know what? That does make sense. I don't usually have a partner in the hunt, but it's worked out this time. Not to spoil your smug sense of triumph, but that's not exactly it. There's just a rhythm to how these things go, and you're off beat. You had your chance to pick a side. Don't go walking back from your lone wolf strategy now. Lies. We have as much right to be here as anyone. You don't know what you're talking about. I was just chatting with the emissary that I think we have a Starborn among us. Oh, did some other version of me offer you a deal way back when? Sorry. Wrong hunter. Your eternity ends! You're learning. My other self wants you to walk the path he walks, to give up, to appreciate the universe you have. I'll admit, you getting away has been the most interesting thing to happen in quite some time. I think we all know that by now, don't we? But that doesn't mean I want you to fail. You only seem to make the multiverse more interesting. Rule 1. Don't trust the dead. The powerful Starborn can resurrect corpses to fight for them, nearly as well as when they were alive. Oh, no, you don't. You're not his old friend, remember? You're from another universe. Don't try to manipulate him. Maybe there's more we agree on than I thought. I've got my orders, but maybe we can work something out. Don't compare me to him. I do enjoy seeing someone fight as hard as I do to get into heaven. No. Deflecting with stupid jokes. You think I'm too old? Try me. That makes a lot of sense. Now that I think about it. Tell me, if we say your name enough times, do you appear out of thin air? That would be useful to know next time we fight. On the ground. Another Starborn to deal with across universes. You're worried about my life? Touching. I hope there's a way to work this out. Yeah, you got that right. Oh, please, don't try to evade me by pretending to get upset. Not to be blunt, but that felt a little pointless. I'm not trying to be a hard ass, I just can't go any lower. The universe bends to me! Huh. Not used to people coming up to me. The suit usually scares them off. Although I guess that's my fault, isn't it? Well, outside heroic individuals like yourself, the suit can give people pause. That can be handy when I need it. I took it as a sign. I don't get many of those anymore. Well, that depends on your perspective, honestly. But if you're attached to the versions of the people you know from this universe, then a little goodbye chat might be in order. You might be right. Well, you say that, but... Well, I hate to be pushy at the beginning of this new partnership, but I need to insist. Tell them that. Then let's get to it. Ah, you know me so well. Miss me? Let's destroy a few ships. A little sunlight. Oh, yes. Let's have a repeat of you gloriously running away to your ship again. I do admire strength. But then I noticed you weren't here yet, so I thought I'd wait so we could have a little chat. I like the Starborn you're becoming. Why miss out on a chance to test you for myself? Eager to get going? All right, I'll see you on the ground. Oh, it's a little playground where Starborn like to fight over the last artifact before going to the Unity. You're not doing much to convince me. You know, I think I'm tired of getting hit. Duplication, really? I suppose everyone is doing it these days. Second, I don't like him. You'll understand once you've been through a few times. Other versions of yourself have a habit of being distasteful. Glad you've seen things my way. Now let's talk. As soon as I realized what had happened, I knew I needed to wait until this meeting with the emissary to decide what to do about you. I'm my own best friend! I just wanted to see if you could surprise me. You're failing. The emissary and their kind only want to control you. Respond. I'm still willing to talk. Rules and laws spoken as principles, but backed by arms and violence. That's the spirit. Come on, let's see just how far you can get. Yes, let's see how willing you are to live under someone else's rules. Just remember, one of us isn't trying to judge you. How about this one? I have debated morality for near infinity, and all I have found are groups of people enforcing their will on others. I admit, calling for help isn't usually how I work, but you'd be surprised how eager the other Starborn were to join in. End of the line. Then, you and I will be walking into the infinite. That's all just talk. Doesn't change anything. That certainly does sound different. On the contrary, it cements my trust in you. Sorry to be pushy in the beginning of our partnership, but I insist. An interesting conclusion to jump to. The Unity is meant for whomever can get there. Don't fall for that talk of worthiness. I attacked your lodge because I wanted the artifacts, and you held me off. You got away. The artifacts are mine! That's the plan. Now you sound like one of the factions. I'm sure both the United Colonies and the Free Star Collective think they're making things better. But that didn't stop them from going to war. Let's see how you handle this! No use wasting the dead! Funny. Doesn't quite feel the way I was expecting. Well, no matter. Next universe, I'll handle it myself. See if that makes a difference. Maybe we can work something out. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised you made it this far. Serves me right for not being convincing enough. Eventually someone will come along thinking that maybe space needs to be controlled, brought into order. Oh, I'm not missing this. I'll be meeting you there. Here, take Constellation's artifacts and charts. I can't wait to see what happens next. Huh. Peace. That hasn't crossed my mind in some time. Yes, I also like picking winners. Another fool. Oh, I'd rather not say. It's, personal experience. Best to just see it for yourself. Don't shove your ideals onto the artifacts. They exist. That's it. Bingo. The power vacuum you would create over getting to the Unity would be worse. Don't want to talk? Have it your way. We each get to decide what's right and wrong for us. That's the freedom the Unity offers. Ah, there I go again. I was in danger of waxing philosophical last time, and now I'm knee-deep in it. I should stop while I'm ahead. Hundreds and hundreds of variations of me, hacking through Constellation. And it's almost never you. You making it to your ship on your own. It's new. But if you were worried that you just murdered someone from your past, then I think the odds are low. Nice words, but they don't change anything. Exactly. Just make sure you side with me against the emissary when the time comes. Oh, there's never enough time, is there? I yield, Constellation. One of me, at least. All these defenses and the people who built them are pawns. Our true goal lies further inside. We need to bring all the others to it. I'll have mine, the emissary will have theirs. That just leaves you and Constellation to find the rest. Nobody wants that. The final round doesn't start until there's only one artifact left to gather. And if I'm not mistaken, Constellation has one or two to go. This universe has been different. You're an idiot. Part of me is actually somewhat impressed that you didn't just do what I said. To each their own, after all. Forgiveness. You are full of surprises. To see what would happen, of course. You might not understand just how many times I've done this. Well, here we are, ready to kill each other for the artifacts. As always. You and I better have a chat. Talk through the next steps. I have a little favor I want to ask you, too. Not bad. The emissary loses a few more friends, but we'll need to face them in the buried temple itself. Is that the truth, or just a story? It ends here. For whom, exactly? I say whoever can collect them should. Here, you've earned these. Once all the artifacts are together, the way to the Unity will open. This temple has a way of getting to you. Don't let it. I knew you entering the Unity would start to change things. And here we are, another new event. Wide-eyed and naive. I guess sometimes I miss the feeling. There's that hypocrisy again. How much easier would your first time through the Unity have been if the emissary had told you the truth? The Unity is what it is. Don't apply your ideals to it. Maybe once that was true. It's not as easy stopping as you say. Oh, the emissary wants a word. Don't keep them waiting. Here's an old favorite! The question is, whether you take the risk and talk to us, or you can run away and bask in the dark. Your choice. Take the United Colonies, or even the Free Star Collective. Both of them full of people trying to make the settled systems better. But that didn't stop them from fighting each other. Oh, please. Did you think I couldn't have found you again? Extinguished that little spark of competition for the artifacts before it grew stronger? Ouch. 2 minutes into this conversation and I'm already getting sized up. Let me just take a few of those years from you. That's what I like about you. The emissary would never be so bold. Yes, there is, isn't there? We'll be talking about that soon, won't we? Look at us, a great team. Now the Unity awaits. Did their threats from the shadows keep your universe safe from the Starborn? No, it didn't. I haven't agreed to anything yet. And who gets to say that? You? Me? The emissary? Finally, common sense. Yeah, I hope so. Your part in the hunt is over. It's your choice. You like it. It's got everything. Well, I don't know about either of you, but it's been a while since I felt this old. Oh, confidence. I knew you would make a great Starborn. I don't see how. I don't think you understand how hard it is to stop. You know how it is. I'm the one you've got to deal with, like it or not. Just cleaning up Constellation a little bit. Always a useful first stop on the path to the Unity. I don't kill for the Unity. I find the easiest pathway to it. Oh, I don't think you can walk away now. Except for the artifact, of course. Mine, now. The settled systems wouldn't exist without the artifacts, in other words. We owe what happened here in NASA a great debt. You're nothing but a delay, a distraction. Your friends in Constellation should be able to help you there. They always seem to have a knack for finding the stragglers. Yet another challenge! If I were you, I'd find as many of the temples as I could. You'll need all the power you can get. Really? Not a bad description, actually. I'll let it go. We've all retraced ourselves a few dozen or so times. Let's do away with those weapons of yours. Too bad. I was also human once. But what does it matter who or what I was, when eternity is within your grasp? If you want to give it up, that's on you. Stay here if you like. The rest of us will glimpse the Unity without you. I have to admit, this has been interesting. What are you going to do with the armillary now? I wonder. Of course you are. Now come aboard. Let's talk. Maybe I was just testing you. That's always his problem. So focused on the long run that he never stops to make time to savor the little victories. Embrace eternity! You want the artifacts? Fight for them! No, I don't. Oh, please. Don't you have some friends you need to check on? So close. Maybe this isn't even the first time you've come to the lodge and found things a little different. I just wanted to see if you could surprise me. You're failing. You might think the emissary is on your side, but your persistence is what forced them to tell you the truth. Remember that. Oh well. Next universe, I'll just do it myself. After you, I will. For now. This is exactly the sort of move the emissary would never think of making. Assuming we weren't going to lose it anyway. War, disease, famine, all the classics. What did you say? But I'll stay away from your friends this time. We both know where things end anyway. I'd like to keep this civil. Another delay to the Unity. I expect you to go all out. The temple won't be holding back. Call me overly thorough. Oh, we're just scratching the surface. Some Starborn make a habit of using local mercenaries to build fortifications. Try to hold the rest of us off. I've simply found that it's the quickest way. Talking, forming alliances, waiting for the right moment to commit theft. It's all so tiresome. After you. I guess we'll see, won't we? But now, I think I'll just kick back. Enjoy the long road. Are you sure? He isn't, say, hiding somewhere he thinks I won't find him? You think I'm a pushover? I do appreciate your willingness to keep fighting. I've done this for too long to be afraid. Nice words, but they don't change anything. I really doubt it. Good. Hold on to that determination. Because you're about to learn there's a higher prize at stake. Maybe I'm just humoring you before I take what's mine. Look a little harder at yourself. Space is a dangerous place. Even if you just defend yourself when someone pulls a gun on you, you've ruined someone's day. That's what happened in the United Colonies. Even the Freestar Collective has rules. But that didn't stop war from breaking out, did it? Fine. Just this once. In just this universe. Here. Oh, I think we all know that. But I want you to succeed. You've never gotten this far before. I need to see what happens to you. You know what? I actually appreciate that. I do. I'd like to think so. Yes. So touching. The answer is trying something new. Don't expect this every time we meet. Don't make this about me. We're discussing whether I believe your words. You say I can't be the same man as Aquilus. You're really just talking about yourself. The real monster lives within us all. Doesn't it? Meaning, we'll kill you. But hey, at least we'll wait. How nothing else in life, why not add that to the list? You should come aboard. There's another Starborn here who is very interested in meeting you. More talking? I'm a little disappointed. Well, you're on to me. Let's just say they're very dedicated to stopping me from getting the artifacts. So if you don't trust me, well, they're your next best bet. A fight in the heavens themselves. What more could we ask for? All of us should feel threatened by each other. That comes with the territory. You're just trying to get me to give up. Finally, we'll be able to enter the Unity soon. There's no better feeling in all of existence. Let's make this interesting. Well. Packing up the artifacts and keeping your friends out of my line of fire. I'm impressed. The buried temple will be our next stop. I'll meet you there. No way. It's my ass if something goes wrong here. You know what? You're wasting my time. It means I have seen thousands of universes, collected their artifacts, been to their temples. You have a small taste of their power, but it keeps going. I suppose just knowing it's done is enough. Here it comes! The best kind of shield is one that fights back. I really hope so. They call me the Hunter. And now that I'm here, your part in glimpsing the Unity is over. Hasn't hurt so far. A better future. Huh. You're probably wondering what it's like to have a version of yourself killed. It's strangely liberating. We must talk. The Unity doesn't judge. You should know that. Don't be a fool. The emissary and I may have our differences, but you do not want to give us a common enemy. Good luck. We're all in it for ourselves. Some of us are just more honest. You're lucky I'm a man of my word. I'll see you there. I am many things, but I would never tell anyone what to do with their gifts. That is your decision, not someone else's. And think of it as a ceasefire meeting. Your one shot at getting those answers you must desperately want. You don't scare me. I'll be making myself at home on your ship from here on out. I want to make sure I'm nearby for the big moment. Is that a note of concern? It'd be pointless. The last artifact is always temperamental. It's like it wants all of its siblings in one place before it'll show up. Hello. Again. Let's go find the emissary, shall we? I'm sure we'll meet plenty of their friends along the way. It has occasionally been quite boring. A change might be welcome. I see the multiverse for what it is. You're the one painting over it. The way I see it, you need what I'm offering more than I need what you're paying. Over here! Foolish. I'm sure we'll see each other again. I go all over the settled systems. Might run into you again. I guess you could say I've always had it. Once you've been all over, like I have, you might find yourself in something like this too. Madness and tradition, I suppose. Somehow this place started being the final proving ground. You'll probably start to understand why as we get further in. It's special. I don't think so. I'm not sure who thought of it first, but getting those ecliptic mercs to build a little fortress on top of the temple was pretty inspired. it is. How are the settled systems treating you? Make any enemies yet? Oh, anything and everything. Starborn can be very inventive when they need to be. It'll be more than just the emissary and some allies. You're starting to make a lot of sense. And congratulations on saving all your friends, even if they never realize how close they were to being attacked by the Great Hunter. Your glimpse of the Unity is over! Oh, no fear in your voice. A good sign. Is this even the first time we're having this conversation? It's not, is it? Oh, you are in deep. Are you getting tired of hearing this yet? Because I know I am. Every universe, it's the same speech. You don't need oxygen, do you? Force the multiverse to be different. Look, I'd like to help, but... And then eventually someone thinks it's time to rebalance the scales. No. Good. Then you're beginning to see how the multiverse really works. We're all just in it for ourselves when push comes to shove. Ah, there you are. I wasn't expecting you to run to the eye. Yes, more questions? No, it's not that simple. You see the hypocrisy in what the emissary is saying, right? They don't want to rob people of their free will, but then they steal the artifacts for themselves. Choosing to act is what puts you in conflict with others. It's not about how pure the intentions are. Did I touch a nerve? Well, I suppose you have a point. I really hope so. There's a greater purpose to all this. You might have a larger role than I realized. A mistake on my part. You'd think it was things like civilizations and factions that cause people to want to shoot each other. No, even without that, it's still winner take all. I don't think your patient counselor act is working on them. But we both know why we're here. So, let's not wait any longer. All that matters is that the armillary is your ticket to it. Save the rest for those hypocrites who want it to be something it's not. Why skip the fun part? Who's saying I disagree with them? Point taken. Meaning, we'll kill you. But hey, at least we'll wait till you get there. Everyone deserves a shot at the final artifact. But you have provided something quite new to talk about. Maybe you're a random die roll. Or maybe the Unity is finally responding to all my hard work. The emissary wants to become the judge of who gets to enter. But the Unity itself doesn't judge. An easy trade, honestly. Why have one world when you can have all the settled systems? That's how the multiverse works. Violence and power are constants wherever you go. Yes, let's talk about what really matters. The armillary just needs to be completed in your ship. Then, once your grav drive gets a little power, the two will react, and you'll be there. Well, it's you. And you've been busy collecting artifacts in record time. So, how was it? Did you kill Aquilus, as I asked? Or did you let him go? Too bad you didn't see things my way. But, oh well, maybe next time. I wanted to see what you would do, and I haven't been disappointed. So it's finally happened, hasn't it? I had a feeling when you slipped through my grasp at New Atlantis. But I'm a step behind, aren't I? Once you start making a real impact on the universe, there's always more and more people who end up on the losing side of your decisions. Someone always gets hurt. I like my odds. Waiting. I do a lot of that these days. But the shortest path to a goal sometimes requires patience. Just more in my way. I think you may be right. That sight never gets old. I say we play along with your little reincarnation. The more freedom you have, the more new things happen. Well, look at that. The emissary just became my new best friend. Look at how far you've come. The Unity is responding to you. I know it. Your goals and mine are closer than you might think. I'll see you around. Don't get ahead of yourself. I'm not sure if I believe you. There are no rules. Whoever gets all the pieces wins. And I've won. Over and over. You need to work on your delivery. Yes, look at us, working together. Well, look who it is. I think it's time you, me, and the emissary have a chat. Alone. Always more games. Yeah, well, I go all over. A little psychological warfare up front tends to make things easier. Oh, but you have the wrong idea. I'm not here to stop you at all. Quite the opposite. Yes, let's see if they can slip from my grasp this time, shall we? Huh? Freeze! I'm nothing if not open-minded. All right, let's try this. It does tend to become a bore. You know what? You might be... Wait, no. What am I saying? Robots and turrets, and robots and turrets, and robots and turrets. But I enjoyed our little chats. I never know what I'm going to get with you. And now, my curiosity is finally paying off. Very well. Honestly, I was beginning to wonder why I kept attending. And it's a bad habit I started a long time ago. Perhaps I just like meeting the emissary to gloat. They always fight. Oh, I mean, I can't promise that for every universe you visit. I'm only one version of myself after all. I don't see how. Stop trying to confuse me. That's your argument? Feeble. Why even bother? You can play the game of power, call it leadership, call it righteousness, but it's all manipulation in the end. I'm just doing my job, you know. I'm sure you're on the up and up. I doubt more talk is going to change my mind. Besides, there's no point going to the buried temple until all the other artifacts have been gathered. Every hunt must end. So, what's one more fight? Still holding on to that, are we? Yeah, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking before. Okay, I couldn't win you over on philosophy. How about pragmatism? I'm more powerful than the emissary, than any other starborn. Witness the infinite! By just letting you walk away with the artifacts? I don't think so. They enter the Unity, take artifacts from others, employ force. All the things I do. That's what I'm hoping. Well, forgive me for showing even the slightest bit of concern for our latest and greatest Starborn. I'm not trying to make your life difficult, you know. What? I'm not. I was merely taking the shortest path to my destination. My other self is a divergence. We are not the same. The artifacts are mine! At least this once. Here, take the artifacts. Before I come to my senses. I spend a lot of time in the fringes these days. God help you if you come across something someone wants. You'll get your chance. You and I might agree there. But someone always comes along thinking there's a better way. That they can help. The test continues. Cutting comms? Don't think you can get away. Of course. That's what makes the reality so tragic. Ah, yes. I'm aware that my counterpart is not as directly threatening. You need to work on your delivery. You're an idiot. I'm already on my way. Say goodbye to your friends. It won't be long. I'm starting to think you're right. Oh yes, let's see how this goes. As I have done countless times. Time and space fold! Seems like an unnecessary risk, if you ask me. They're hypocrites. They use the chaos caused by the hunt for the artifacts to establish an order where they decide who's worthy. I have hopes for you. Higher hopes than the other members of Constellation. They all end up like the emissary. And the big military base isn't just for show. Robots, turrets, security doors. Expect everything. Once we're on the ground, you'll be taking point. I'm looking forward to seeing more of what you can do. Even if you could, the multiverse would still have other versions of us that would say no. The emissary threatened your ship, demanded you hand over your artifact. How is that so different from what I did? All right, you have a point. I'll be waiting at the temple for you. Good luck. Don't get bent out of shape. By the way, I'm not usually bested in combat. Impressive. I think you've earned a little something. I could. Is this where you give your big speech? Let's hear it. Better to just let people be. A single person achieving their own ends is at least honest. Helping people is just another form of control. Well, can't say I didn't try. We'll settle this at the usual place. Why wait? You haven't been listening to me. The Unity doesn't judge. It's open to whomever can get there. That's all. The Unity has its secrets, but I'll be the one to find them all in the end. Ah, persistence. You're wasting my time. I'll let the emissary lead this next little discussion of ours. Maybe we can still work something out. Maybe. But I'd rather find out for myself. Oh, probably. But the similarities between universes blur after a while. It makes the differences all the sharper. It's a multiverse. Both of those questions are probably true somewhere in the infinite. Perhaps I can suspend my paranoia for just a bit. I'll just have to kill you a few more times. I'll catch you around. Well, you finally showed up. I think we can discuss this for a little while longer. But it doesn't last. That's my point. Even if everyone is benefiting, some people are benefiting more than others. You're your own worst enemy! Huh. So that's what it... Is that all? Easy for a person who has seen everything, done everything. I think you should see it for yourself. Well, look at this. A rift in space-time. The temple's artifact must be pulsing. Besides, why fight me again when you don't have to? Usually, you're the one who ends up dead, and whoever cries over your body goes on to become the emissary. Ah, there you are. Enjoy your little jaunt in the multiverse? There will be a few more up ahead. It can't be. You found me. I knew I made the right choice in letting you go. Exactly. That's what we all want, isn't it? Who needs rules when we have infinity? Oh, yes. I like the way you think. Don't you understand what we're talking about? There's an infinite number of your friend out there in the multiverse. One is right over there. Appealing to my nobility. It's been a while. There's nothing to talk about. I've already made myself clear. Whoever created the artifacts and built those temples is playing a game with us. One whose prize is access to the center of all creation. The artifact awaits. It's time to end another cycle. We'll consider the matter closed. You may think so, but I don't. I'm nothing if not open-minded. Maybe I'm just humoring you before I take what's mine. You're going to tip the scales one way or another. Better your hand be on one of our sides. Killing was never the point. You're in my way. First, he led you to my meeting with the emissary. Now, that's turned out well for me, but it's hardly good to have someone who knows your secrets hanging around. That's not exactly how this whole process works. Let's just get to the Unity. You'll understand after you've been through it a few times. You think I wanted him dead out of fear? That's the funniest thing you've ever said. I can see that. Keeper Aquilus, my illustrious counterpart. He's a loose end that needs tying. And it might be best to give them the version where you're still human, and not a starborn that's been lying to them this whole time. In case you didn't notice, I have a way of getting around unseen. Although I'll admit, retreat isn't a humiliation I've had to endure in some time. You should be proud. You're lying. I suppose he's fled to the far fringes by now. A pity. Oh, I'm wounded. Oh. It's more like a ceasefire. Or maybe a timeout. No, we always end up having this meeting at this time. But it's the usual affair. Can we make peace? No. Oh, how tragic. Retired, actually. From too many lives to count. But I've been all those things, yeah? And a few more. I told you I would leave you alone, and I did. Don't make me regret that decision. Trying to guilt me? It's been some time. Ah, here they come. Maybe. Here it comes. The emissary tells you only the worthy should enter heaven. Now, do I believe you? Trust is such a fickle thing. Oh, no you don't. You're not their old friend, remember? You're from another universe. Don't try to manipulate them. All right, I'm willing to hear you out. I'm still listening. It's all a blur to me these days. Although my favorites are the ones related to my time on Earth. I'm older than you might think. Yes, you're right. The buried temple. Oh yes, we'll be there. Yes, let's. This isn't getting us anywhere. Let's see that fight in you. I think our odds are pretty good. Live and let live. Is that right? You really don't get it, do you? It's everywhere, it's nowhere. You think about it too long, your head's going to explode. By the way, you might want to tell your friend Mateo about the word unity, since I won't be around to casually drop the word like I usually do. You just need to put the armillary together, and we can put this little universe behind us. We need to know why you are here, how you are here. That's just judgment. The unity doesn't exist to judge. I took a little detour myself this time around. I hope you weren't planning to visit Captain Petrov and the Scow anytime soon, because they're both in a million pieces. I think... No. Stop it. You're trying to confuse me. The emissary, trying to guilt-trip you for all eternity. That's the true crime here. The artifact led to the grav drive, which led to the settled systems. Earth was a small price to pay. Let me take in this moment. It's not every day you get to send an assassin after yourself. I suppose you have a point. Good for you. Let's hope you stay on top, then. I've listened, and I'm not impressed. Now, let's get to it. I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. You know, I wonder how many versions of you never find me. There I am, a starborn in plain sight, and some of you miss it. Jokes. Trying to hide something. Enough! Maybe so. And it looks like other starborn got here before us. So, you might have company. Disagree with me all you want, across every universe if you wish, but we don't always have to be enemies. Say what you really mean. But if what you're seeing is true, that means anyone can act the way I do. See things how I see things. Of course, we'll still need to kill a few starborn, too. Fortunately, the multiverse is full of them. After a while, you won't get so attached. Oh, wait a second. I think I'm in danger of having a real conversation with someone for a change. Better stop here. Because we all have our secrets to keep, don't we? Sometimes I manage to get you all bunched up and take care of the problem in one go. Sometimes the emissary has gotten to me first, and I never arrive. Oh, come on. You don't think it crossed my mind that you might not do it? That you might just tell him to run away? I've tried to break the habit of doing this a few times, but even I can't stop all the starborn in a universe from converging on this spot. It's annoying. I don't expect my counterpart to put up much of a fight. This is more about tidying things up. You're learning. Part of me enjoys that. I guess that's just the nature of things, isn't it? People start by thinking they're doing the right thing, and then your version of what's right collides with someone else's. Good. We have a lot to discuss. Go on. I didn't give you those artifacts for you to stand around. Did I hurt your pride by questioning you? Fine, fine. I suddenly find myself feeling the weight of years. Quick and clean. Good. Let's not wait to find out. Oh, that's rich. I can see that. I'm just waiting on something. Don't mind me. Hold on. You're trying to confuse me, aren't you? Sorry, but I can't. Good. See? We can all get along. For now. Yes, I'm enjoying these little encounters, personally. You're just talking about yourself. You want the artifacts. Don't hide behind altruism. You might be right. You remember the emissary, perhaps? And their ship, the Helix? I believe they ambushed you above Neon and demanded that artifact you worked so hard to gain. Fine. Fine. Have it your way. Don't mistake being reasonable for being a pushover. I really doubt it. You did? Ah, now it's all starting to make sense. That wasn't some morality play. You didn't survive because of righteousness. You won because of persistence, luck, and skill. You'll end all violence everywhere? Don't let the righteousness go to your head. Oh. Ah. Ah. Ah.